And this even being a 3-mapper that...
Why is this a 3-mapper?
And
We're still
Because
asking.
it's a good series,
Chips and
legitimate.
Guac
Yeah,
also
on the
appeared in
catering,
the
that's kinda
studio.
crazy.
All right,
so
here
that
we
was
go.
distracting.
Here we go. We have not seen EG play
Since Kickoff
anything
with
other.
Chamber.
Yeah.
So I was right. Let's go.
Cool. They were also playing the Omen back then. They were playing a Sky. Like, it was a very different vibe.
So they used to be freaks. Now they're kind of normal.
And we love that for them.
Superman
Yeah,
and Icy
Pancata.
right into the stun. That is
He's
so
back.
well lined up.
Literally, this guy every single series is just a monster.
Maybe
was also-
Digizin's going to join him too. I mean, getting that shot onto Ye.
A great ball line for Tui's. You got to give him credit for that. That line you can take from male with the fault line all the way into A ramp is just super strong.
Spike down B.
All right, so go next.
Yeah, tucking EG into bed this pistol round.
That was brutal.
Kind of clinical. EG just walking into a simple trap play. Pancata continues to not miss, so he just collects on the 2 stunned players in a moment where the stun was not cosmetic. They actually couldn't shoot him.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Damn, that was a hell of a shot too from Dujazine. Loud continue their streak of winning all of the pistol rounds. That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, I think they
believe-
lost the very first of the series,
So
and
maybe
that was
4
it.
in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Despite,
sick.
remember, they won double pistol, and Pancata broke the kill record, and they lost
Right.
snap too.
It wasn't their pick. that was EG's pick.
This is where we're getting the real bias casting, that it wasn't their pick narrative.
Right. I do love that Riot nerfed the Omen one-ways.
Spike down
yeah, okay.
B.
Little stun nade.
I'm going to
Yeah.
request a replay on that one.
I think that was stun missiles, and the aftershock was in the gap behind the missiles,
Yeah.
and they walked back into it.
That would do it.
I'm pretty sure. We'll see it again,
All right.
hopefully.
Pretty insane. And,
I was about to say, like, I love how Riot, like, nerfed the Omen one-ways, but you can still do it in B main just by throwing it on the little ledge outside of Garage.
Not quite as good. It's still
Right.
there. GG, only 1 bullet, and he's going to have to run for the hills.
It's a little bit of damage on through. He has been uncharacteristically missing some of these scoped weapon shots in the last 2 maps. Which, again, is just incredibly rare. He's been fantastic with the AWP in 2025.
I mean, I'm pretty sure DG has been bottom fragging this series. When we looked at
Enemy
Kickoff,
remaining.
when there was like
30
really high
seconds
hopes
left.
were loud, the reason was Dojazin opping on defense. Remember, that was
Right.
like the
Yeah.
narrative. And he's had a much quieter stage 1, especially in this series. But that's been made up for by Lucho's addition, by Pancata finding his form. Like, this team has stepped up as a whole and hasn't had to rely on just DG.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
best games have really been with the Neon for me.
For sure. I was just going to say they're stealing his kills.
Here's your replay. Yeah, missiles one
way to look
side,
at it.
and they're in the util. Oh, they were running through the one-way, so they couldn't see it until
Yeah.
they were in it.
That's good.
Okay, flawless round and an opportunity for Loud
Stop
to
clicking that gun.
win another bonus.
Stop. Thank you. Sorry, I
They've-
just had to have a word really quick.
They've
I don't
converted
think
a
he
couple
hears you.
bonuses, but EG, they have just been able to eco Loud immediately after.
Yeah, Loud were set up for a quick B main trap there, stun from heaven. Quickly turning back into playing for a stun line on Luxio's contact in mid. Keep your eyes on Tui's throughout this half. How he's going to
And
be setting
on
up his
TG.
team. Yeah, well, he's just dying. Don't worry about him.
He's gone for so many aggressive push-ups on defense. Earl now into split, and I mean, Lucho is just absolutely cooked. He's not getting out of that.
That's the rare satchel kill.
I don't think I've seen that icon since 2020
Genuinely.
in the kill feed. Remember when they used to do, what was it, like 60 damage, and you could just throw them insta-activate?
I think it was 75.
More
I
than
think
that.
it was one-shotting. Like, if you doubled them up, it was kills.
That's ridiculous.
I think it was even more than that. Like right when Ray's gone at
She
it?
used to have
I want to
2
say it was
nades, too.
100, but I could be lying.
I think
and
that's
there were
cap.
2 nades. I could be lying.
75 sounds right.
We'll get the experts on that.
Experts, open parentheses, Chrissy's phone.
Hey, Dan the Penguin in chat, let us know. How much damage did the blast pack used to do?
EG's keeping it pretty clean this round. They've just picked off Loud 1 by 1. Now Pancata alone on the site. And he
30
doesn't tend to
seconds
miss a shot, but I think there's going to be too many here for him, surely. There's one, Spam's coming in, and yeah, trades will be good from EG.
I've got a big update.
Okay.
Penguin Valorant is my GOAT. It was 75.
That's
Was
wild.
75
So I
minutes.
officially win.
What do you win?
Dumb.
I don't don't know.
The admiration of the fans.
Yeah, the admiration of the fans. Thank you.
For remembering an old fact.
Christy saw, oh, hey, we're doing TriCast, and was like, that's an opportunity to read Twitch chat. Kind of base.
It is kind of base.
Yes, I can finally just read chat.
I get paid to do the thing I would normally do on my own anyway.
That was a very stoic coach on that can. He did not flinch.
SDK, no reactions.
Yeah.
Marcus Aurelius of VCT Americas.
The old 1-3-1 open.
By the way, again, I wish I could draw right now because look at A site. Like, Tui's is just in different positions. Again, don't look at those kills to spam. That's silly. Tui's just setting up for
Make your point.
Tui's on A, ready to go forward stun line. And originally it was a trap on ramps was the opening setup. He's moved out of that, choosing not to use that after getting the forward posting. But I really like the way he moves around the map to constantly pivot around aggro pieces, trap setups, and find plays for his team.
Luke Show dips out of heaven, and now they push back in a little bit with the drone.
Here comes another potential fall line if he wants.
Breach not really set up for it this time. Tui's is more concerned about vents.
I think there was some noise made on that drop as well from Nature. Zine is just struggling in these fights at the moment where he's pushed up forward, taking 1v1s.
EG have a split onto Tui's. He's very alone in this corner. That's one, though. Two from Tui's. Let's see if he can get another. Yes, he can.
Right movement. That little strafe to the right, forcing Superman to take some awkward adjustments with the aim.
I do appreciate I talk about his stun for about 45 seconds that round, then he's just 3K'ing with his gun.
Yep.
No problem.
I mean, talk of people who have to prove themselves alongside Pancata. You know, Tui's was benched. Now he's back. And he's screaming as well.
I feel him on that one.
Oh.
He might have stepped on a Lego. It's hard to tell what exactly happened.
Gotta watch the floors back in the studio.
That'd be some crazy strats. The other team, when you walk on stage, just throw Legos under their chairs. A lot of the pros are taking their shoes off when they play. They're prime victims.
Zine is so committed to the wave of pushing up solo.
I mean, Icy's doing kind of the same thing over in vents. Either one of these guys wanting to jump down into it, that's kind of a death sentence.
Loud have really stacked up heavily towards B.
Yeah.
On account of Digizin's position, Luke Show catching the first. Breach until off the field. Superman done for as well.
Never gonna dance again.
This game has been so interesting. It feels like, in large part, it has just been EG contacting around the map and losing every round by attrition. Just a player gets spammed through smoke here, someone finds a aggro timing towards A main there, and they're playing like 3v5s every round.
Luke Show fearing the deadly aspects of the blast pack.
Not another eco.
Oh,
Don't
my God.
eco them again.
They're not going to do that hitting into B with two backside anchors from Loud with rifles. They would never win another eco.
They wouldn't do that. It's
Oh,
not
I love the
Luke Show.
TP into Paranoia. Only Ye unblinded, and it's good enough for 1-for-1.
But they still lose Tui's. Pancata's alone. DGZ only has an outlaw. And look how far away he is. This is essentially a 1v2 clutch
Ooh.
round for Pancata.
15 seconds, though, is tough.
Had to pop the blades. High-low setup.
Spike planted.
Icy falls away. Derek
my
can't
God.
find it with the Sheriff. And now Icy in the 1v2 spins around. And in the 1v1 against DGZ, the duelist diving down and dead to DG.
Yeah, it was just susceptible to one knife from the Blade Storm. Easy cleanup for Digizine, but EG had him sweating again on an eco round. None of them have been clean for Loud. That has been the aspect of the game that is keeping EG in it. It's the aspect of the game that got them to win on Pearl.
3v5 that they win there, by the way.
One enemy
Or nearly win, I should say.
Right. Just felt like they kept finding these fights, players running into them. Potter knows they almost had it. That's all good. EG are coming into this next round with a couple of big ultimates, the showstopper for Icy. Although not setting up for an instant take of a site. Instead got a couple of players hanging out into the B side.
And again, it's 2Es with that early fault line combo with the salvos. Digizine forward. And,
Nice.
oh, fantastic shot. He's starting to heat up. Free peek. That's some sick confidence.
That is unbelievable. And we're fighting into mid. I mean, Loud are just fearless right now. And it comes when EG had the ability to like go for a fast hit, maybe counter out what they were doing, but Nature played into B early, threw a stun line immediately to try and feint that it was pressure on B, but because Loud are playing so actively, they realize exactly what's going on, which is, oh, that's just fake pressure. We can keep on walking, poke for these gaps, do a little bit more of that in mid. They maintain just playing this round with near perfect info.
Nature is slowly just contacting, trying to get some space up towards ramp, something for this EG team to work around. I like this position from Kawazine, entrenched at Flower, and then has 2Es to be able to take contact for him, back screen, cause some distraction, so if EG go into A, they won't be focused on that position.
And just so hard to play out of. Luxo's somehow finding a way. 1 kill for him already. Just barely hit by the stun, and that's going to cost him.
Awa running through. He has his knife out. There's someone right in front of him. Derek here gonna. What is this? Chaos both ways.
The double stun!
Shake hands. We all whip. We all use util.
We're Valoranting. There's only 10 seconds left, and there's no way Nature's getting that spike.
Oh my god. That's a tax write-off donation on the spike there.
I mean, we might see that in the next lore cinematic. When there's the Taeho against the other world Taeho, however that, you know, lore works. It's
Omega,
so confusing to
Alpha,
me.
like the groups?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's
Or like
actually
the
fairly
wolves.
simple.
Pancata. All right, that's going to take away the last gun from EG, put them in a tough economic position, but has that ever mattered? No.
I like to imagine that these situations where it's like they're studying each other. It's like the Keanu Reeves, you're breathtaking, you're stunning, you're stunned, you're stunned, you're stunned, just back and forth. Silliness.
Next time one of those
I mean,
rounds
I don't
happens,
blame
we-
Derek for that reaction, to be
Production,
honest.
cue up the Benny Hill music.
All right, this time, B-side, walk forward, but smoked off at the perfect
And we're
timing.
also walking down mid. Loud, I think, are just calling that EG are playing in their spawn effectively and giving up all this control of the map. Remember, EG don't have a dedicated sentinel in this comp, so extremity control and sometimes mid control can be lacking.
Not again, man.
I mean, you could
still
see on Ye's reaction, he's like, there's 3 down mid! But that'll at least get EG into the sight on A. Oh, what a catch from 2Es.
That was crazy.
He's looking good this game.
Gonna make this retake that much easier.
Don't lose the op to the Stinger in the corner.
I think it might be hard to beat the Stinger in the corner.
I don't...
Little sound bait.
You don't move very quickly.
Oh,
He sees it! Free kill for Icy.
Oh,
He's popping the
no.
rocket. They think they can win this, but 2Es
Oh my
dismantles
God.
the ultimate and Loud.
he is
Straight up win it.
on one right now. Respect to 2Es. He's going crazy individually. That little catch onto Nature while he was running into sight. Jiggle peeks, finds that headshot, and beats Icy on the reaction of being able to just click mouse 1 for the showstopper, headshots him jumping around the corner. Come on, that is some sick work.
Comes after this shot too, just 2 bullets. Oh.
Look at he's even got the crosshair place for the jump in that moment. Just read the situation perfectly.
Okay. Well, EG gonna be the ones to call a timeout here. Know they're gonna be feeling the hurt after not having having the showstopper stuffed there, not using it the round before. This will be a big swing round for them. Every other map has ended 6-6 at the half. Right now, EG trailing big time. This has been the biggest difference I think we've seen at the start of one of these maps.
I want to see if out of this timeout, Loud opt to continue to disrespect them on all extremities and mid, all areas of the map where they're just happily pushing down, taking control. Dijazine has gotten forward solo on one extremity every single round. They're pushing down mid. Lucho's just facing in mid. Or if they're going to change the approach in this timeout, maybe off all the ultimates they have, focus harder on going for a retake situation.
I just wonder at what point do EG start just running full execs? Because
Yeah.
they've been
Right.
so like quiet
I mean,
at the start.
they literally switched to an exec comp with the breach Deo.
And they're waiting for the overextensions. They're waiting for the things that Loud are doing. It just seems that whether it's Dijazine with an op or stun fights from Loud, that EG's just opening protocols are getting disrupted and they're not finding the kills they need. Ye's going to be opping on the Astra. That's going to be an answer coming out of the timeout, I suppose.
Yeah, that is I hope they walk into us, but This is going to be the Viper's pit on A, and then that classic fault line into the salvos to take that B main control for Loud.
Yeah, now EG will have heard that there was the push-up in B main. They'll have heard the orb taken. At least noted that on scoreboard.
By the way, yeah, Pankata has swapped over to the op to keep his eyes on mid, but shut down by Icy.
And I like Ye has rotated back over to B main, so now he's playing the B main control. This is a good reaction to the state of how this round played out from the opening, which looked pretty dire from EG. Running into that Viper's pit. Now geared up for a split onto the B side and just leaving Supa over towards A to play for a late lurker audio on the rotators.
Luis has been really good, and he's got full util here. Even an ultimate if he thinks he needs to use it, but he'll just fall back. Groups up with DGZ.
And the thing is, if EG try to split into B, it could get awkward for Ye having the op trying to get into B main. It's definitely going to offer an opportunity for DGZ to...
I mean, there's a Rolling Thunder here. We're down to 30 seconds. EG have ults too, but Tui's is just waiting to stall out this hit.
Both Rolling Thunders go in, they nullify. Ye wins the fight in main, so Tui's the last stand for Loud to try and stall out this spike plant. He might just get overwhelmed though, that's one. Tui's 15 seconds to stop this, and he cannot. But the team has made it. There's missiles, there's an Armageddon, but it's not used in time, and EG get the plant. Luke Show, he's getting sneaky.
How is he here?
He snuck all the way through the pit, but Derek can spawn. It's a kill onto his teammate, and now Luke Show, he's all alone. A kill here would give away the game, and now EG, they know, they're ready, but Supa's dead. Tap on the spike, amid the pull, Nature. He wraps it up, and EG finally double their round count.
It looked like he was about to get that last flick as well. That was crazy.
Unreal. But I think, honestly, the biggest kill that round is what Ye gets in B main, taking them to Zen, right? Because if the Jet is allowed to survive, after the Rolling Thunders are countered out, there's now an extra angle you have to clear to get back into the site. I don't care if you have the Viper's pit. That round is so hard to play out with fast rotates coming in from Loud too.
By any means necessary.
That operator paying off for EG out of the timeout so far. Yates now posted up over towards A, trying to absorb any potential aggression that may come on that side of the map.
Look again over at A though, because again, you've got Tui's bunkered on site with the fault line ready to go off of Digizin's contact. Later into the round, you'll see Digizen walk up, kind of like he is now. Fault line still held out just to counter the contact. And then once he's up here, Tui's is going to rotate off of the site.
Does he try to take the line off the drone? No, he doesn't. This does get broken by Superman over there towards Sewer. So Digizen is just going to hold, I mean, close, but further back than he might have been able to.
Up through mid, 2 players from EG.
Hold on.
Oh, Luke Show, does he want to go for this now?
I thought about it.
Yeah, he knows that players could have potentially crossed in that moment. Going to be calling that out to the team.
He knows for sure now. Icy just made noise vent, so that primes EG to walk up onto the line. Ye fell off the angle and nearly gets away with his life. But here's the push coming back towards Heaven. Luke Show only gets 1, and EG trade on A.
Yeah, Ye is able to pick off Digizin's second round in a row. Teleport from Pankata could get him in position to try and make a hero play over towards A, where Ye is embedded in the site. They're trying to rotate the spike in.
Oh, but that was the key player. That was the missiles, the Armageddon. That was the last chance for Loud slipping away.
Snappy shot from Derek at the end there to shut down Pankata, who needed to be a hero in that moment, but left on his lonesome, really had no chance.
I really like the way EG played in the mid-round there, because they were, again, in a situation where it could have gotten awkward without finding the opening picks, but I think the re-clear of the A main space, even though the operator was there, sort of using, I'm pretty sure Supa has his orb placed in A main as well, to help out with the cross a little bit there too. Sort of abuse that to get up into ramp, then sort of every single 1v1 they take works out because they've gotten all of these forward lurks and really caught Loud off guard.
Loud timeout here.
Gotta give credit to Ye in that round too. That was an insane shot on Digizine. Over towards A. When we get back into this, EG looking at they've got a Cosmic Divide and an Armageddon at their disposal. And the momentum, the dominance that Loud had is slipping away early on in this game.
Right onto an eco on this round. Just a hero rifle onto Pancada. He's had such outstanding maps thus far this series that seeing him at 7-5 feels underwhelming. Even though it's a good scoreline for an
Only
Omen.
+2.
Honestly,
Consider being +14 right now.
look, what I want to see here, I want to see a big fight over one of the mains on the. I would do a throwaway, like A main, B main fight on a round like this, and the next round I want to see Loud do that triple walk down mid again. I thought that was really good the round they ran it. I think there's still opportunities with EG continuing to play like the op on the extremities, for them to find some punishing angles.
Pancada the past couple rounds has just been throwing down that one-way smoke. Last time did press up into B main, but at the moment just double stacked in heaven with Luke Show.
And again on A, it is Supa throwing an orb on top of his wall there too, which opens up some heavy lurk opportunities against the op because it also blocks off the ramp. It sort of forces Loud to leave 2 players on the A side minimum.
All right, Superman is working his way up off that cell phone. Tui's previously had a fault line set up for mid that Luke Show could play off of, but that's not the case anymore. He's crept into the smoke rifle out. This is a little awkward. Oh, but he does find that first kill. Instant trade from Pancada. Nicely done.
You want to send someone to try and recover that gun. It's actually the ultimate use there too for EG. They really need to win this round. Guns picked up. Loud have a real shot at it, and Pancada on the reposition. He could be potent here, but the shots not found in time, and EG claim control of B.
That is disastrous. He had an opportunity for minimum 1. Could have gotten 2, and now it's falling apart. Tui's is left with just the ghost in this scenario. Digizine is going to have to step up for the team.
Tui's needs to drop into hell to find a rifle down there.
He's got it.
But with Derek repositioning to main, doubled up backside, this crossfire is brutal.
Yay, misses out on the shot. And this gives inroads. Stun for both breaches. Nature primes his. DG dodges it. And Derek, 30 health. The missiles to work with. DG holding this one. He's going to get it halfway. An updraft to get out does not need it. And Derek getting held wide by Tui's. Not ready. Loud. Bounce back. Claim their 7th.
I love that micro play in the 2v2. With Tui's getting that stun into the back corner, and then Digizine throws down the Cloudburst, which not only allows him to get a swing out of it, but it obscures the sightline for Derek, who is playing back in B main, so has a bit of double value there to isolate that first kill. This was pretty disastrous for Pancada, who has been killing everybody up until that point with ease. But it does get recovered at the very least. Loud finally giving EG a taste of their own medicine and winning a thrifty of their own.
Loud switching the operator back over to the B side of the map. Tui is there for the contact again.
Luke Show playing around the smoke in mid. Shouldn't overstay his welcome here. Has his orb to cycle. Up it goes. And there's util used. Icy wanted to follow it up, but the Viper Orb keeps him away.
Pretty typical for Digizine. Compared to what we've seen in this half, it's him. Going up into extremities alone with a scoped weapon. Luke Show, that is awkward for Icy. Good opening.
And EG's not going to have their refreshables back until 20 seconds on the clock.
One suppressed.
All right. This Loud team has really strong map control at the moment. Is Pancada going to be able to deal with another? Yet Nature shut down. No breach util now for the Execute, aware that someone is probably going to be coming from A main off that timing. Reads the situation correctly. That Superman kept at bay.
But still 30 seconds left.
30
and
seconds
this time,
left.
there's still B main presence from Digizine. Spotting from Tui's is there. Fault line in 7 seconds. EG need to act quickly.
20 seconds. Their refreshables are back on Derek. Missiles used on the site. Tui's still with this crossfire. And it could be disastrous for EG if they just swing into it. Yay, spotted. That's one. Plant trying to be committed, but DG's arrived. And with the time ticking down, this round is done. Loud reaffirm their control again. Now 8-3 up.
Just dominating this first half against EG. EG brought out a new comp coming in. Big, major changes. Pulling Ye off of the chamber from their kickoff play. So far, a lot have had their number.
And at times it's been an EG that are playing just a bit too slow. on that one. The game plan
Feels that
really fell to pieces, particularly when Nature goes down. Superman is isolated entirely on A, and you have two players trying to get into a B site where they've got really no information whatsoever. It's such a tough position to be in.
It feels like the rounds they've tried to work into Mail have been tough. The rounds they've gotten up ramp have been very successful. As a counterpoint, right now quickly up into that mid. Look shows in front of it, but panged out, and he's going to be taken down easy.
Icy insta reacts to pop his ultimate. I don't know if he's going to have a target for this one. An ult coming in from his teammate, I think, there. No, that is going to be the defender one coming through, and gets a little weird, but Icy still gets it with the Guardian finding that kill.
Yeah, you blink and EG are up 5v2.
All good. A little faster round, that's all they needed this
Player
time.
standing.
And Nature takes down one. This means
Spike
DGZ
planted.
in a 1v5, and I mean, you asked for a little more pace. They've given it to you.
Yeah, they upped it, and particularly they get the kill on Luke Show, and why slow down there? Icy's going to pop the showstopper, force any other players to retreat, take all that space together. That's pretty ridiculous, but incredibly irrelevant. But a cool shot nonetheless. I like that last run from EG. All in all, you know, that was...
Can't wait to see
nice
more of their attacking side.
Yep.
Well, on the other side of the break, it's going to be defense, unfortunately.
Enemy remaining.
That it will be. Yay, the one to close this one out, EG. Trying to get that win heading into playoffs. We'll have to see if they can pull it off when we come back. Out of the break here, EG are trailing Loud 8-4. Loud seeking their first win of Stage 1 here against an EG team that are bound for playoffs, but still, I think it would be a big statement for them to lose to the winless team ahead of it. You can't let this match slip.
Yeah, and again, I was able to catch up with Potter before the series, and she said they were taking this very seriously. They felt they needed the momentum moving in. They needed just wins on stage, more so than just beating the previously undefeated crew last week.
And it looks like the confidence has been tough thus far. Every player on EG negative in the KD regard on this map thus far, whereas Loud has just been swinging everything. 2E's DG taking over. They are just so confident in the server.
That's the second time in this series that we've entered a second half where no one on EG is positive, and Loud have several positive players on the scoreboard. That was on Lotus. On Pearl, I don't believe that was the exact case, but again, it was players on Loud, Pancon in particular, who were just surging above every other player on EG in terms of the kills. They have been pretty dominant in the mechanical game.
And the pistols have been so effective from Loud. This time, just 5 players ready to dash into the B site, just an already back site, and EG, no one's home.
And if they win this, it would be 5 pistol rounds, 1 in a row for Loud.
Yes, EG, you just do not want to have to deal with anchoring in a site, getting bombarded by all of that utility.
But Nature has full utility. EG are ready to flood out into the site quickly. Already 1 kill, but Look Show has been fantastic so far. As the trades come in and missiles find something, Pancata and 2E's are forced onto other sides of the site.
There's a stun for Nature. Aftershock into the corner as well. 2E's flushed out. And EG do well to deal with him, but the Sheriff from Pancata, not this time.
Damn, it looked like he was about to stabilize the aim there for that second kill, but it only got the body shot onto Derek.
Yeah, EG, I guess they're just going to bookend the pistol rounds. They win the opening pistol, they're winning the last pistol
one
of the series.
Lucho also just gets 2 more with the Ghost. He is a pistol phenom in this series. I mean, he's one of the big reasons that they've won so many of them.
Oh, yeah. Look at that there. Adjusting to that fight down in hell. Tough time to be.
Oh my God!
That
look at that.
I think he moved it the last second. It looked like his crosshair was on.
Barely too low.
My God, I just get 1 deep. You know what I'm saying, Derek?
I know what he's
Derek's
saying.
like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Same thing happened to me.
Fast ramps play. Just like the first time we've had any pace in this map thus far. EG was playing such a slow attack side.
Oh, they are going to pivot out through vents. They have that Viper wall up to block off any players that are coming from defender's spawn.
Yeah, it looks like they want to let Luxo do like a reverse lurk into B instead of going through mid, go through vents to get in there. And he wins the fight!
With a Ghost.
That should not be winnable. How does he even find that? I just do not understand, but okay.
Well, he shot him.
I understand that part.
Okay.
It's the how
What were
he
you
shot him, how he didn't take damage, how he not dead.
These are the questions EG will be asking themselves if they lose the anti-eco.
Not another eco, EG. Derek seems to be there. Luxo's dropped in behind
This guy's a
him.
secret agent!
You're not missing WWE after all, Wyatt.
How did he get through the
Dude,
walls?
it's James Bond at the Olympics just rolling in like that.
I don't understand how he appeared in that location on the map after what we previously
There
saw.
was a smoke in heaven and he found a weird timing. 2v3, Luxo.
Ooh, nice
Anti
missiles
with
from
that.
Derek.
Derek is single-handedly winning the anti-eco with only a Ghost.
You've got to respect it.
2E's 1v3. Just a classic. Okay. That's one. He has an aftershock, but they shouldn't let him win this.
Just a classic, she
They
says.
shouldn't let him win this.
Classic.
And, well, he only has a fault line now.
Only a fault line,
Only
he
3
says.
bullets on the classic.
Okay. But honestly, when he gets that third, now we're talking about a pretty respectable round 2.
I just want to watch the Luxo kills. Can we just let's cue those up?
Yeah, I'd like to see
it happen.
what happened from his point of view
Yeah.
over.
So he gets this kill over in heaven.
And
So
this is
he
the
gets the
other
kill
part
heaven
of it.
and then comes back down to earth
Wait,
again.
he
That is
walked
crazy.
out and then didn't clear the corner while he was blind and then turns around and says,
How
oh,
did
hey.
he do that?
It is pretty mental on the repositioning.
I gotta learn that trick.
Collected common spam lines.
All right. How much are EG going to commit to this? Well, they've got Nature bought down to nothing, but everybody else has a decent bank behind them.
I think Nature gave one of these rifles away. Likely the one that Ye has.
So kind.
That or just how expensive Breach is. Didn't quite see.
All right, Loud this time they are going to take their time in this 4-1 setup. They're trying to just get some space at mid when this Nebula fades. Dark cover as well. Do they try to just double face mail here?
Pretty passive lines from EG. But doing a lot of bait work for Icy on the pixel line. Ooh, the spam isn't connecting him. Slightly off on that lineup.
In they go. Icy. He gets one. How much more? He's already wounded. Players dive down into his name. And Icy still trying desperately to live. Not for long. Now it's up to Ye. The second rifle in the hands of an EG player, and he's ready for the player towards main. But Penkata, a lovely crouch. The movement's too good from Loud.
Luxo's movement is crazy. He is just sprinting around the map. Getting kills underneath you, wrapped around pillar to put down pressure. 20 seconds left. He needs to get this cross. Nature tried to take the timing.
He's walking through the molly,
One enemy
but he's
remaining.
getting held. Luxo.
God, he got the guy behind him
Wait,
and he
that
brought
was
him down
the
to
planter?
Luxo is. Yes, 5 HP on Luxo.
Show me the Luxo kills,
that
please,
was-
please.
That was so crazy. Oh yeah, up to 19, 4K on the round.
No, honestly, this is like kind of an awesome map to watch just from Luxo's perspective. Because I feel like
Look at this guy.
a lot of the time, like he's ending up being like
Oh my
the entry
God.
for the team. Like if his duelist is ever dying, he's the one immediately seizing on space and not waiting around for anything.
Oh, that's So insane.
Coming into this third map, Pencata was close to breaking the Americas kill record for a BO3, but it's Luke Show instead, the guy who is top fragging this map and taking control on attack. I think coming up on 20 kills for him now.
Very pivotal round now in the game. Both teams' economy completely gone. Nothing in the reserves.
Gonna be a lot on Icy if they keep going into vents. An ultimate into mid just to reclaim some of the space. Big damage onto Digizen.
Nearly gets the kill there.
It could be frustrating now, though, if they end up in a retake situation where Luke Show has that Viper's Pit and Armageddon to force them out of that would be real nice.
And Loud not having any mid space this late in the round is kind of upsetting. They're leaving Digizen there because he's so low HP.
Look at the timing he just found. Past the Roomba, flanking through. Icy, he's about to get flanked. Walks back towards the Jet, doesn't even matter.
Great flash.
Because Luke shows the executioner on ramp.
And remember, Nature so low, back on site, droned out by the opposing Tejo.
And
Dumped
just has
up.
the stinger as well.
Good
He's
night,
cooked.
Nature. Luke Show, another
Oh
kill for the
my
highlight
God.
reel. This guy is outrageous.
Making montages in VCT.
I wish I had like a time machine and I could just like go forward to the first stage 2 match for Loud. Watch Luke Show there.
We have to now, listen, we're still a bit ways away, but let's see if Luke Show can now break the single map kill record that Bangkok has set on Pearl.
It's funny that you went like, you want to go to the future with the time machine. If I had a time machine, I go to the past, become a GM for a team, and I sign Luke Show. Then I'm making bank too.
22 and 9, pretty good.
Toxins going up.
EG though, they are never out of it on the eco round. That is what we have discovered in this series.
Some would say there are actually more in it on the eco rounds.
I've heard that.
In fact, well, on defense side of Pearl, they were 50-50 on eco round wins to gun round wins. So that's a fairly decent and unorthodox record. I see close up with the Bucky. He's gonna get the first into the showstopper.
It's too. Oh, he
my
hits
word,
it.
he's alive!
He's
Look at the moves! Icy is out just like that.
They can't keep getting away with it.
On the third map, he's
Oh
back.
my God,
With
they
another
can't
eco.
keep getting away with it.
Jesse Pinkman on his knees.
This shouldn't be happening.
It's Pencata. Pencata's still alive.
It doesn't matter. They're 2 versus 5. It's the most cooked.
No way, Icy gets. If Icy gets another Bucky kill,
It's the most cooked.
I will put my face in the cake.
Where's the cake?
30 seconds.
Can we get the cake back up here? Because it's
player
happening.
standing.
It's a
It's not
flawless.
happening.
Hold
He's
on.
not getting another kill.
It might not be
So
a
he's just gonna
flawless.
die and spawn.
The suspense is pounding.
Any
Don't
second
go towards
now,
that Bucky, buddy.
there will be
Go to the
action.
10
Bucky.
seconds left.
Just stay right here.
Get
It's
your,
nice and
get
safe
your
and
eco
warm.
frags, Tuies. Come on.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh
It's
no.
fine.
Oh no.
Almost.
Rifle
There
recovered.
could have been a paint job kill.
It wouldn't have counted.
Okay. Gonna be like that, huh?
So of course, EG win a flawless eco
Naturally.
round.
Okay,
Of
but
course.
look at this. First of all,
Naturally.
full blind gets the kill, and then like it goes straight up into the air to dodge like that.
I've been an Icy doubter in the past, but you gotta be honest when he's popping. That was a sick round from him.
Potter's face was too funny.
Right
She was really saying, damn, we won that? we got another one?
You can read lips like
How did
that.
he do that?
She really said capital O colon.
I'm trying to do that in my. Wait, you do O first?
Yeah.
I'm a colon capital O.
It's kind of a crazy maneuver, I'm not going to lie, Mimi. All right, stealth drone. It's getting the space for Pankata to play off, get some A-ramp control. Where Loud have been putting some emphasis on this half for sure. Taking it pretty quickly most of the rounds.
It's gotta hurt. Right through the wall there. Hold on, look show. Ooh. I feel like he's taking this timing.
He might be taking it.
charges left.
His team's putting a lot of pressure to let him out.
I mean, even just getting, what, 2-3 stars put over on the B side? Well, his team's up in heaven, not bad.
Does he try to walk out now with that Nebula dropping? Dijazine so far forward.
He wants to so bad.
Evan. Oh my god, brought Derek down to 11 HP with the Bulldog.
They're coming back for the split into B. It's an Omenult in backside. Tui's gets that kill in mid, and now just sprinting back up into Mail.
This is an awesome pivot, and they've got the Vipers pit down for the post plant into this 4-on-4 with a Rolling Thunder. Things get scrappy.
Missiles Aftershock keep EG from actually playing the Flood retake.
This round might just be completely cooked from Evil Geniuses. A stun is all they've got.
Missiles for Derek, though. Icy still a nade. I mean, there's something to try and win this with, but they would almost need to get lucky in some way. Missiles, stun in the corner, but Luke Show, the nade's coming towards him. Can he live through it? No! Luke
Paint
Show
shell
down
kill.
to the paint shells. And it's a 4v3, but time is still a critical problem, and Cowanzine is still fighting. He'll swing forward. Icy on the defuse. Missiles going in. Is it enough? Will it stop the defuse? No! Just in the nick of time, Icy pulls off the defuse. And Loud may have the kills, but EG have the round.
That is wild. Icy getting the paint shell kill with all the utility they threw into the site.
It seemed like that Rolling Thunder I thought would be enough delay that they would not be able to stick this. It looked like Derek. Yeah, it looked like Derek was ready to sprint in if the timing was off, but he didn't realize he was dipping his toes into the, the missiles that were exploding. And now the timeout is going to be called at a pretty crucial moment in the game, some would say.
How are EG supposed to beat this Loud team with Digizin riding the bull like that? He's all energized.
Reading the bull.
Riding the bull.
Not know what you, but I understand now.
That's a
But it
thing.
took-
That's a thing.
I thought
I've
you, I
never
thought like
heard
you had it
anyone say that
when
about Red
naming
Bull.
a bull after the hit town in Pennsylvania.
This is rough. This is rough. My casters don't know what's going on.
In
Well,
such cases.
I mean, look, Loud, they got no money. They got absolutely nothing. Just Cowanzine saving the rifle.
Do they have that
Coming on
kind of
over.
motion that EG does with the thrifty ones?
I don't really think they've got the thrifty motion. Not really about that life,
Is
but
this going to be another 24-round game? Is this going to be the longest
why
possible
would we
series?
stop at 24 rounds?
Maybe we get another tech pause.
Let's get a couple techs. Let's get a few more kill records. Throw those into the
Hey,
mix.
the
have a good
longer
time.
we go, the more chance people have to get off work, get all the way home by the time the series for
Well,
qualification
traffic
starts.
yeah, true.
West
true.
Coast traffic,
By the
everyone's
time
in a
it
car.
clears up. Yep. You're not wrong.
Oh, Icy's a bit of a bully this round, going for the outlaw against the light armors. Peek me.
Oh
They
my
did.
god.
Hold on, they might have that motion.
Poison's off.
All right, waiting for that cloud to drop. Nebula now cycled into mid. Loud pressing forward. They can, well, recover an outlaw.
Unfortunately,
Can't grab
EG
that.
all have heavy, so less exciting. Although I do like EG stepping up into B main now, giving up full control over mid.
It's going to be a 2v4, though, in this space. Here comes the swing from Loud. Super. It's 1 for 2.
Motion, inertia, momentum. They've
It's
got it
happening.
on the eco round.
Oh no, Luke Show with the timing up into heaven as well. Derek naded away, can't push the planter like he wanted.
And scan. They're aware. Luke Show shuts down Nature Rapid
wrap it
stairs.
up,
Oh
wrap
my
it
god.
up.
That is some disappointment for Evil Geniuses, possibly the crushing blow for this game. I did like that idea to get 2 players back into B main from them when you called that out. But Loud pivoting the entire team into the B hit. Oh, what is that?
It's a match with no stakes, but I feel like I'm watching the Bangkok final with the amount of thrifty rounds happening.
I'm telling you. Champs 2023.
Literally.
Lower finals. We've actually got 5 maps to be played today. It's a best of 5. I'm losing
They
it.
tricked us. There is actually 2 more.
The irony is, like, when we had the Turtle cast, right, the Sentinels G2 game that didn't mean anything,
mean anything.
at kickoff last year, it was like the muddiest, sloppiest games of all time. I feel like these teams are like try-harding for their lives, no?
They are, but the amount
I'm not
of
saying
eco
it's
rounds.
clean. I'm not saying it's clean. I feel like the teams
Oh,
are
yeah.
max try-harding.
Definitely. We've seen, and like we've seen plenty of eco rounds in games of immense weight.
Yeah.
So
Pankata is 1 kill away from that series kill record we mentioned. By the way, he's going to do it in a map where he's negative.
It goes to show that when you get 27 kills on map 1 and over 30 on map 2, you're usually setting records.
Yeah.
Or he'll just stay at 13 and in Broncata fashion do the same thing that LeBron did earlier in the season,
Yes.
where he was going to break 50K points and needed 1 bucket and couldn't get one, and then just had to get the first kill. And then
We gotta give him a free throw versus an EG thrifty.
LeBron killed someone?
He is not. He's not playing Valorant. He's not
The legend.
That's a crazy allegation.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Well, I sure hope Luxo does not go for the B-Lurk this time, because Ye got an assist from a satchel and just boosted up in the corner. Completely cringing it.
Luxo? Luxo? Not this round, please. Oh, he's dead.
Boink. Well, that's one way for EG to swing back after throwing against the eco.
All right, Viper Spit is being used in mid, but it looks like Loud just wants to accelerate after losing Luxo towards B, get through Heaven, get into this A site. Digizine wrapping back elbow.
Ooh.
Fantastic rolling thunder from Nature.
Yo, Digizine went to the moon!
He's back down to earth now and ready to fight against Nature. He's still just waiting in the smoke. Spike is not on site. Is Loud gonna try and leave? No, flash into the smoke. TG gets the kill, but EG is closing the gate in main.
Tui's and Digizine, they know that they have to double face this right now. Is Derek actually going to get them
The
anything?
aftershock.
Aftershock, it forces them out, and that's the first. Derek shut down.
Ye now, up in Heaven, not able to connect on Tui's. Tui's has been lights out, but 61 HP between these two players. Digizine would have to come up big.
5 health in hell.
Last player
Icy
standing.
swings at the perfect time and puts Tui's in a clutch position, but he cannot stand for it. EG, gap is back down to 2.
There's just that adjustment over on the B site, getting Ye boosted up onto the box, and it was Luxo this time trying to go for a way quicker timing, getting through the site,
It's
which
'cause
is caught.
He's been going for these very slow lurks and hasn't run into anyone before, so he's thinking maybe there's a chance to find this big opening, call my team back into me. Fortunately, it just doesn't pay off for him.
Enemy remaining.
And from there,
Nice. Good job.
that EG team and the man advantage just able to collapse onto Loud, trade things out nicely.
You guys want a fun fact?
Okay.
Hit me.
This is the longest series in terms of rounds played that we've had in Stage 1 thus far.
Imagine being a Lever NRG fan. You don't know if your team's in playoffs, and you've just been waiting. You're like,
We're letting
EG,
it
how
simmer.
dare you in map 2? How dare you?
All that game is going to be like just the fastest game of the stage. We go from the longest into the quickest game
The
of the
most
stage.
rounds, the least stakes.
All right, dash through from Digizine. Oh my god. Great kill from Ye, but insta-trade from Loud to keep us even at the 4-on-4. Armageddon going to force anybody from EG back if they were playing towards Raptors. Heaven.
Cowan gets a big one there. Cowan Zine actually
enemy
finds 2 in the...
remaining.
Derek!
Excuse me?
Where did those kills come from? Pankata, 1v2. Trying to close this one out. Get Loud to series point. A walk forward. Step made. EG on the double swing. They stay in it.
EG on double digits now. Unbelievable. Just one off.
I like that timing window that EG picked to actually fight into Loud when they were trying to get that spike down. This swing from Derek was really nice. They're stopping them just as they're getting onto the site that Usual Wave came in.
That was nice from Derek.
And you can see how much it means to them to get this win right now.
He's locked in. Now Loud, they've got, it's an FPX buy on round 22. I've never seen that one before.
Little weird.
But yeah, look, Digizin's got knives. They're still trying to play this one out. Have enough for the next. So
Oh,
they can
rocket
do.
for Icy. Doesn't find a connection. Super with the shorty.
Whoa, go back to B Heaven though, because Ye's stepped up on this. Drone will see him. Now in a 1-on-2. And Loud don't look to be slowing down anytime soon. That is a gorgeous shot out of Ye. He's gonna fall back, group with his team. Or maybe get back involved.
They lost the B site in all of the chaos here.
But
All right.
EG are looking for a mid pinch too, with 2 players moving to vents.
Get the spike to Pancata, teleport to A.
Whoa.
Do it. No, or just plant.
Way too
Or
dang.
or just plant on B.
Still going to be a tough post plant to navigate here.
Oh, the pinch is about to punish Luxio though.
He's
Can't
not
be
looking
sticking
for
around
it.
for this. No, sir, he's down.
In hell, though, Pancata still yet to find his record. Here's his chance to do it with a round win to boot. 1 player above him, he's crossed up, trying to find a shot, and he just is unable to. So 2E's now in a 1v3, and that task is too difficult as well.
Oh, we have cursed him for talking.
Oh dear.
Getting fed this information about the kill record, we have cursed.
The same thing happened in map 1 once we said 27.
You see?
And now it's 11 to 11. All of a sudden, we're looking at, okay, yeah, Loud, they went for the half buy this time around, so they're gonna have it again. But it's just back over and over.
All right, that was just the half buy from Loud. They
But
just
it was
used the knives.
3
and they get
rifles
the,
and the
yeah, yeah.
knives, that's a real round.
I'm just saying, but they get the spike down. Now they're going to have the big buy. They've got the Rolling Thunder. They have the tools.
Now the 73rd round of this series with no stakes.
Say that again for me.
The 73rd round of EG
With no
Loud.
stakes.
Locating target.
It's a vegan series of Valor. We've got no stakes.
That's strike 3.
No.
You're out of
Yeah,
here.
you're out. Where's Riv? Bring Riv in here.
Oh my word.
All right, lock in. Big round here.
All right, it's a big round. Loud. They're on attack. They have 11 rounds. They're using the Rolling Thunder. They're getting into the B site for free. All of the util is down. Can they get the spike down? EG have rotated quickly.
It's going to be a 5v5 retake in EG. They've already flooded in. Icy spots one on New Box, and it's all
Spike
traded
down
out.
B.
EG up by 1. But a flank coming in.
Soup was working on that lurk and let Needy hit the spike down. EG will be able to hear this, and Soup is going to make his move.
Spike planted.
Astral falling. Superman. That's 1. Cuts it down to Pancata, still yet to find his record. He's got it. Now he wants the round, but Derek again, the man to deny. EG, match point.
Just look at how regimented these retakes are on B from Evil Geniuses. They're so good. All right, Loud, enjoy. You can get into the site for free. You can waste all of your utility. You can go get the spike down, and then we are going to drop a bomb onto you with everything we've got with this comp. Clear out every single position.
EG have won 4 retakes in a row.
Crazy. 6 of the last 7. And now with 1 round to bank it all on for Loud. Sure, we're setting records, but at what cost?
I mean, also just poetic that he's broken the record of Osphos, a duo that won a world championship together, has taken the crown.
Loud's going back to B.
And Ye's in his favorite spot. He loves this corner. Used to be on the chamber with the free out. He doesn't think he needs it anymore. Dodging the flash, but he is seen. Louder moving into him quickly, and he's in the midst of it all. 1 kill, traded back quickly. The Super is still in the back of sight. Trades back and forth. It's a 3-on-3 in the post.
Drone coming in for the retake. Cowanzine going up towards heaven. Icy's here. Icy gets the kill. Now Luxio, the rookie, and 2E's to try and take this game to overtime. Extend already our longest series of the stage. Tap on the spike. Missiles flash for EG, the double swing in heaven. EG! It took the longest game, but they get their win heading into playoffs. They send Loud out with a 0-5 record on the stage.
They rally back with 5 excellent retakes in a row to close out Split. At one point on Pearl, they were down 12-10, bring it back, and then win an OT. They showed some serious resilience today and some major desire to win. The passion from nature at the end there was palpable. Derek showing